Our first comedian of the night. You may have seen him in the Suit Jacket Posse. You may have seen him in Reefer Madness if you went to that. He's a freshman. He has a really weird last name. Give it up for Mr. James Kuhtreiber!
His position in my group depends on his performance.
Hey.
Really on a roll tonight.
That's MT. He's doing comedy too. Hey, babe. Hey. How you guys doing? Doing good at recording this on my phone so I don't totally go over like I always do. You guys remember when FSU blocked the porn?
Yes.
And the riot that occurred? That was fun. Viva la Revolution. It was the most quiet riot in the world. Quiet riot. It was the most silent riot in the world, though, because no one could actually admit that they watched porn. Every guy was like, I heard from a friend that they blocked the porn, and I'm mad because of censorship reasons. I heard it from my roommate, and that's I'm not lying. And my roommate was like, is he here? Oh, Tom's yeah. And he's like, no, I heard it from Tom. And I asked Tom, and Tom was like, I was trying to watch porn. I was like, okay. Tom owned up to it. In fact, I'm pretty sure everyone said they found out from Tom. I wouldn't have said that, but he owes me money, so. And it was just funny because, Tori, you were working the night shift, right? As a RA? Night shift. No? All right, well, someone came down. Yeah, come on, don't lie to me. And someone came down, they were like, certain websites are blocked. As if she could do something about it. And I just thought it was really funny how mad people got. Because it's porn. It's okay. You have 4G on your phone. Your imagination. Go meet somebody. Jesus. Anyway. Speaking of my roommate, I'm going to make fun of him for a while, if that's okay with you guys. Are you going to come up on stage? No? Everyone boo. Yeah, cool. Yeah. There you go. So Colin, as I take out my notes, Colin has a tendency to talk in his sleep. And I've been writing these down since September 15th. So let's take a look into the mind of Colin Clough. September 15th, 2013, 3:01 a.m. I don't even watch America's Got Talent. November 9th, 2013, unknown time. Hey, do you know any jerk chicken recipes? What? In fact, I looked up online, he fell asleep. I told him. Could use that in his dream. November 21st, 2013. James, how do you play bridge? It's really important. I looked at him too. Piece of shit fell asleep. December 3rd, 2013. This is our RA Roman. James, I pooped in Roman's freezer, don't tell him. Does this solve any mysteries that you've had? Good. Okay. December 11th, 2013. Can you use it in a sentence? January 23rd, 2014. I'm not saying I like farting, but, and then he fell asleep. But he said in a way that made me think he actually does enjoy farting. January 29th, 2014. James Richard's a fish. Our fish's name is Richard. He could be a shark, we wouldn't know. February 15th, 2014. Very touching for me. You're all right. Yep. February 14th, 2014. What are you going to do now? This doesn't sound creepy now. Try it at 3 a.m. What are you going to do now? Yeah, no one's going to hear you. There's a story that I love to tell that's kind of a fan favorite. Well, fan. My mom and my girlfriend like it. And this is the story of the time that I accidentally joined a mariachi band at Guitar Center. You'll see. So, has anyone, raise your hand if you've ever been to a Guitar Center in your life. Okay. Do any of you guys play the guitar? Do any of you guys sort of play the guitar? Okay. Most stressful place on the planet. Because you will go there and you'll be like, yeah, I know how to play a G chord. Yeah. And then 12-year-old Jimi Hendrix will come and be like, let me show you something. And then he'll just go, like on the loudspeaker, and you'll just be like, so what I like to do is I like to go to where the least talented people are, and that's the little barn that they have for all the acoustic guitars. So you go in, and it's just like pressure control environment. It's kind of nice, and no one's in there except for like the rep was like, yeah, just around, take my job, and I sit down, and I always pick the most expensive guitar you can find. I'm always like, $3,000 out of tune, perfect. And I just grab it. And I'm sitting alone, and I'm just playing some music. And this stout Mexican man enters, and he comes up to me, and he just kind of watches for a while. I'm like, all right. And then he grabs a flamenco guitar. And if anyone knows what a flamenco guitar is, it sounds very flamenco. So he sits next to me. That was a terrible joke. He sits next to me, and he just starts playing like crazy. Just crazy, like, I'm like, oh my, and I stopped, and I looked at him, and he was like, easy, keep playing. I was like, oh no. So I keep on playing my guitar, and he just goes crazy, and like, this is in public, people are around, it's embarrassing. So I really want this to stop, but at the same time, we are jamming. It's going all right. You know, we're impressing, I'm Kid Jimi Hendrix for once. Ha! Take that. And it's nice. And then, so we're starting to get kind of like eyes from the rep, like, get out of here. You're intimidating people. I don't like you. And so we're like, all right. And he gets up. And he starts to walk away. So I'm like, all right, I guess we're done. He's like, ese no. Keep playing. And then he walks out while playing. And I was like, we're going on tour. So I take the guitar and I go with him. And of course we go to the keyboard section. And that's where my dad is. And my dad doesn't really know how to play the piano, but he likes to buy keyboards. And then he just looks at me and he's like, 2000, bam! And then it's just like, no, I'll play it. And so he's sitting there and he's like, ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. This one. And then his son comes in with a stout Mexican man playing flamenco guitar. And oh, the look. He looks at me, and I'll try to recreate his face. My dad is, he's Dutch, very East European man, and he just goes, it was a look of pride with disappointment. As if like, I knew this would come. I knew there would be one day where my son would be playing flamenco guitar in a guitar center. Did I embarrass you too much? No? Everyone look at Colin. There it is. No, my roommate's a cool guy. When your roommate dies, hold on, wait. When your roommate dies, they give you A's for the entire semester. Also known as motive. So if anyone ever has it out for Colin, or if Colin's like just dead, I'm numero uno on that list. And I don't think that's fair. But I have a test tomorrow. Sometimes I think about it. That's all.
Chris said that I could go first, and I think it's fitting since I spend every Sunday night judging James, whether or not he's worthy. So, I'm going to try and judge this as judgingly as possible, if that's a word. I'm going to pretend that it is, and you can all just pretend it is too. I really liked your delivery style. It seemed very natural. It's clear you've probably done this before, but it was a very good way of getting into it, and you did a good job including the audience, which I think is really important. If I could give you one criticism for future reference, I think the mariachi joke lacked a punchline. Maybe I just missed it, but It just didn't seem to be there, so maybe find a more babang way of ending that joke.
Babang.
Yeah, I mean, that would be good. Hate crime, but let's just pass it over to Chris.
Babang is a technical term. I would just like to point that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Babang?
Babang.
Yes, you might want to look that up. It's very technical to me.
Yeah, we
The
were
creative
actually,
world.
it was on the dictionary, we looked it up.
Yes. I also have a Dutch father. I am Dutch myself, so I am very in tune to that disappointment face. I've seen it almost every day of my life. Yes, I am aware. I'm sorry, I'm trying to sort some things out for myself right now. Again, I think you had a great delivery. Definitely got the audience involved. I was over here chortling to myself. I wasn't aware that FSU had blocked porn. I didn't know that, yeah. I don't watch porn, so I wouldn't know that.
Okay.
We'll see. But again, maybe work on the ending a little bit. But other than that, you were great. Good job.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome, son.
Son, I am disappointed.